Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is October 2nd. We are here live from HQ3. It's 1:30 p.m. Hello.
Welcome to the hot spot to get your takes off about the vice presidential debate.
I didn't watch any of it. I actually don't even really know what happened. I got really into Call of Duty last night. First time dusting off the controller in a while.
Did you blow the dust off or wipe it off with your hand?
Blew it. Yeah.
Indiana Jones style?
It was actually incredible. We were playing 2v2s. Me and my boy Peters, and we only lost. We probably played like 50 games, lost twice to the same dude twice.
No way.
He ran through us. He was just a better player.
It was probably that shooter Tim Waltz.
I know, right?
That dude.
His name was Based Legacy.
All right.
So if Based Legacy is out there, I'd love to have a sit down with you. Just talk your gameplay. Go over it.
He's probably jumping through walls. Probably has the craziest mods on his shit.
No, I know that was the craziest thing is he was an honest player. You could tell from the kill cams.
Really?
Yeah, just respectful gameplay. You don't get that a lot.
How old is he?
I don't know. I'd assume late 20s.
I don't know why. I fucking hate this.
What, Call of Duty?
I hate when we talk about your video games.
I don't know if it was legacy based or based legacy. Based legacy would make more sense than legacy based. He had a red emblem. I was having dreams about his gameplay in the middle of the night.
Nightmares?
Yeah. Just him sneaking up behind the wall and grabbing me.
Seeing your dreams unfold, nightmares come true.
I know.
It's time to kill Base Legacy, and you said, yeah, I do.
Exactly. Shout out Diddy.
Just let me know when we're through.
He just pivoted to Diddy for us.
On this thing. Oh, good.
Well, I was making a Meek Mill joke.
I know, but that we're gonna jump all over that and make that the pivot point.
Nah, I got 10 more minutes of Call of Duty talking to me.
Francis, say why you hate it.
Because
he doesn't get it, bro. Your mind you can't wrap your mind around Call of Duty.
Well,
if you don't grow up as a gamer, you can't appreciate video games when you get to your late 30s, early 40s. Exactly. Silence, that's all I needed.
You think that you could pop his arms off like a Ken doll if you wanted to?
I could kill him. I could kill Sass so easily.
But without touching his neck.
Let's bring it to
Yeah. I would do what Ryan Gosling did to that guy in the elevator in the movie Drive.
Kissed him to death.
You just kind of knock him to the ground and then you stomp on his head until it cracks like an eggshell. Do you remember that scene?
Francis, the second that I thought you were going to kill me, you would already be dead.
How?
I'd buy a gun and kill you.
Not in New York.
If I was getting suspicious, fuck, I think Francis is going to kill me. I would kill you so much faster.
You'd have to lure him to Baltimore.
You really think that
I would just drive to your apartment?
I wouldn't foresee that you were getting suspicious of me killing you?
You would have no idea. Even the fact that we're even having this conversation, I'm going to go home and plan.
All right, so here's the question. Do you have a gun right now?
Not at this moment.
So there you go. I have the upper hand.
No, you don't.
Because I have been thinking about killing you.
But we're on the podcast, so you can't kill me on the podcast.
Why not?
Because you'll go to jail.
It's a bit.
I'll kill myself before I go to jail.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. Murder, suicide. That is the best.
I'm going to murder, suicide you so much faster than you get me.
Well, if we're both going to murder, suicide, then does it even really matter who murders and who suicides?
Absolutely.
Why don't we both just suicide and then we'll call it even?
That doesn't work.
What about Schrodinger's murder-suicide, where there's just rumors going out into the world that each of you murder-suicided the other, and no one ever knows who actually was the murder-suicider.
That's good.
But if you murder-suicide someone, no one ever thinks about the person that was murdered. They think about oh,
that's
shit.
Not true. I don't know if I agree.
They're like that's so crazy. Someone killed someone and then killed themselves. That's what they think of. They're never like that sucks for the first person.
No, usually people throw a funeral for the person that was murdered, and then they get angry and they have resentment towards the person who killed themselves.
They have a really angry funeral for the second person?
No, they have resentment because that person is a coward. He didn't want to face his own
exactly,
music.
But their resentment is more powerful than their mourning for the first person.
Maybe. That depends. It depends on the type of person that was lost at first.
Like if I murder-suicided you, no one would ever be like, fuck, that sucks for Francis. They'd be like, damn, Sass is a lunatic.
That might be the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm just speaking. I'm just saying. I'm using me as an example. I'm saying that would work for anybody. Like if Roan killed you, and then killed himself, people would be like, the conversation would be Roan's fucking insane.
Oh, you're saying anybody?
Yes.
Everybody that's the case?
I'm saying the second person's always the one that they talk about.
I
more.
think, and I don't mean this as a disrespectful thing to say, but you've done so little with your life that if I murder-suicided you, people would be like, it's really sad that Francis lost his way so deeply
that's exactly,
you're kill just someone so insignificant.
You're just proving my point. I'm saying it's
but then they'd be sad that I had to do that.
Yeah, they'd be like,
it's sad that Sass drove Francis.
But you're still proving my point. You're saying the second person, that's who they think about.
No, they just that's me.
In a murder suicide, it's always the second person.
Did you not hear what I just said?
If you murder suicided me,
if I murder suicided you,
in that scenario, you are the second person.
No, I'm killing you and then I'm killing myself.
Yes. And you're saying that they wouldn't be like thinking about me. They'd be like, that's so sad that Francis died.
Oh, I see what you mean. But they wouldn't be angry with me though. They'd feel bad for me that I had to kill you.
Some would be angry.
They were like, based on everything we saw from Sass.
Some would be angry.
Your family and then like Peter's, Bo, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because everyone else would side with me.
Yeah, but you're still
I'm totally kidding.
I know, but I
know. Mean that.
You're proving my point.
That's a mean thing to say.
No. It's obvious that it was a joke. You do not have to confirm that you're kidding.
I know, but that was too far. I don't like saying that. That made me feel bad.
I was joking the entire time.
I know, but everything was fine until I was like, no one would care if I killed you.
I mean, that's pretty much
other
what
than
I was
your
saying.
family and
yeah,
your two friends.
That's pretty much exactly what I said to you.
No.
And he meant it.
What you said was different, and it was an interesting point, which is that
no one cares about Mrs. Benoit is basically what you're saying.
The person who's murdered before the suicide is overshadowed by the suicider.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying.
But usually in a negative way. There's so much negative resentment towards the suicider that the mourning for the murdered does not get its day in court.
Exactly. They post like a photo. Have you ever seen that Zach Fox tweet where he was saying, or it was like this is the photo that they use when a man murders his entire family, and it's like them, like the whole family on a jet ski, like smiling.
When a white guy kills his entire family, and he just has like wraparound sunglasses on a jet ski with a huge grin on his face.
Boy, it's weird for me to have to turn my head to the right.
I know.
To see you.
Why? Isn't this how you guys always sit?
Well, these are the two best seats because you don't have to turn your head at all.
I just want to zhuzh it one time.
Yeah.
I actually don't like that seat. I had to sit in that seat when you guys were gone when we had fights, but then I felt like my back was to the camera the entire time.
I kind of like it. I feel like I can just observe you guys like a psychologist.
Yeah, it is. It does kind of feel like that. It kind of feels like I'm the psychologist, though, because I'm on the couch by myself.
Is that how psychologists do it? They never sit with someone because they
don't know if that person's going to fucking murder-suicide them.
Or they have a proclivity to get handsy.
Yeah, exactly.
What percentage of psychologists or psychiatrists eventually hear from their subject that they just want to fuck them?
Oh.
It's got to be
probably
like 90%.
A lot. I don't know, because I haven't been to a psychologist ever. And
what about a therapist?
The last time I went to a therapist, I was really young.
Yeah. But if you tell your therapist that you want to bang them, they have to just be like, they can't fire you.
I understand why you're feeling the way you
why
are.
Do you feel that
and
way?
I unfortunately do not feel that way.
Really?
And then
I don't know. I don't know how they
had to
respond
fuck
to that.
you.
And then they probably say like, we're going to recommend you to someone else.
They say that?
Someone even hotter. Or uglier. Maybe they bump you down a level.
Yeah.
They're like, clearly this was a mistake.
Or they're just like, we'll bump you down a level to see if it's me or if it's you.
Yeah.
If they just want to fuck anybody that they get intimate with.
Maybe they transfer them to another therapist so that they can fuck them. But then it definitely doesn't hit the same. when they're no longer your therapist.
Because you keep on trying to get therapy advice from them and they're just like, hey, I just want to fuck you.
Yeah. Now it's just like a girl you know.
Isn't that kind of what happens in The Departed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
exactly
great. I love that scene.
Where he fucks the therapist.
Set to Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
I think
there's no love you are receiving.
Yeah. I like the scene.
Comfortably Numb.
Yes.
And it's Vera Farmiga, and it's raining, and they do this great jump cut, and she's like, "Is this real?" And I think he's like, "Yeah, I think so." Or, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
And then it just jump cuts, and she's on the kitchen counter, and he comes over to her
pussy.
Someone drop her ab workout from that movie.
I know.
She's
Oh
so
my
hot in that
God.
movie. It's crazy.
Drop that glutes routine.
Drop the glute routine. I need her
Yeah.
ab glute combo for myself.
She
Lord,
looks
I've seen what you've done for
amazing.
other people. Bless me with her ab glute combo.
I've always thought she was unbelievably beautiful. She was so good in Up in the Air, and also she was good in Source Code.
I haven't seen either of those.
Up in the air,
No.
you have to watch.
Wait, what's up in the air? That sounds
Clooney?
familiar.
Clooney firing people everywhere.
I don't know, I
Clooney
haven't seen
consultant going through airport security.
I don't think I've seen it. It sounds familiar though. I haven't heard. What's the other one?
Source Code?
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal dies a billion times.
Wow.
They plug him into this machine. He has to figure out a murderer.
Well, I'm a big Gyllenhaal fan. Is that a good movie?
I actually thought it was pretty good.
You know what I heard is I heard that new Joker movie is dog shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Does
got
that surprise you?
59% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not
I'll be
great.
honest, guys. I didn't really like the first one that much.
I did.
You
thought
did?
I thought it was really interesting.
I saw it in theaters and I was like, this isn't as good as I wanted it to be.
You want it to be as good
I
as the
wanted it to
Batman
be
movies.
Heath Ledger. Yeah, exactly.
And it's good. It's interesting. I rewatched it. I think that's one of my biggest litmus tests of whether I enjoyed a movie. I rewatched it. I still enjoyed it.
I never rewatched it. I only saw it once.
So does Gaga dump rack or flash clam in this movie?
I think she flashes clam.
Actually, Flash's Clam?
No, I doubt it.
In her documentary, she dumped rack.
Really?
She just is like smoking a blunt out back on a beach chair, titties to the world.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Rack dumped.
She's pretty good. She's real deal.
Her rack is dumped out in that one with Bradley Cooper.
Someone
Really?
dropped the rack routine on her.
Yeah, I could use that rack routine.
Is it really?
Yeah, she's in the bathtub.
She's dancing like a Persian dancer with her two titties going in different
What's that movie
directions.
called? Stars Born?
Star is Born.
I don't recall her dumping rack in that, but I believe you.
Star is Born, the highest grossing mid-budget movie of all time. And right now, that new mid-budget movie, It Ends With Us, is the highest grossing mid-budget since A Star is Born.
Really?
Whoa, really?
I thought Whiplash was the highest budget, or maybe it's the lowest budget, highest grossing low budget movie.
You're
the
thinking
budget for
Paranormal
Whiplash-
Activity.
No, that movie is
Highest
dog
grossing,
shit.
tiny budget.
You're thinking of Blair
What's the
Witch.
budget for What's the budget for
Mid-tier
Paranormal
murder,
Activity?
suicide.
$300.
That Blair
However
Witch
much it
literally
costs to buy
was.
one camera.
Yeah, it was shot on a fucking Ring camera.
You know the budget for Whiplash is only $2 million.
Is that so?
Yeah,
That was Miles Teller's breakout role.
yeah, because I think it was a short first.
That's right.
Yeah,
I wonder what J.K. Simmons made for that. I think he won Best
Probably
Supporting
like-
Actor.
$300,000, right?
Broke boy.
I know.
Get your money up, Simmons. I would never do that.
No.
I would never do a movie role and win a huge award for $300,000.
It was $3.3 million budget and it grossed $50 million.
See what Simmons got paid. See what Teller got paid. See how much they paid the drum sets. No drum sets were harmed in the making of this
He
flick.
also had to have trained a lot for that role. He must have played a lot of drums heading into that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He must have a background in that.
I think he did, but I don't know if it was jazz. I mean, it was such intense jazz music that they were playing.
It says that there isn't much information about how much J.K. Simmons was paid for this role. You know what that means.
Will you look
Rev
up
share.
how much
Rev share.
jazz drumming Miles Teller had to do in order to prepare for the role, please?
I heard a criticism of this movie that I might have even brought up on this podcast before, that the rote memorization of perfect timing is antithetical to jazz drumming. You don't have to have perfect timing to be a great jazz drummer.
Is
No.
that so? I guess that makes sense.
Surprisingly, not that much. 2 months of training, 3 to 4 hours a day, up to 3 times a week.
That's not as much as I would have thought.
What the fuck?
What was that?
It was Whiplash. I don't know why I just started playing.
So have you watched The Prestige yet, Sass?
Since yesterday? No, I haven't gotten around to it.
Bro, I thought that you were serious about this podcast. I thought that you took this shit seriously.
I do.
What's that mid-tier, low-budget, high-end thing you just talked about? It Ends With Us?
Yes.
What's that?
It's a movie about It's basically a women's movie.
Is it good though?
No.
What?
Is that the one with Blake Lively?
Yes. You know the internet's coming for Lively right now?
Yeah, they hate her.
Why?
Because she I think she's kind of a bitch, and she called, I think it was something that had to do with, she did an interview where I guess she was like 9 weeks pregnant or something. Like she hadn't been pregnant that long, but it was public, like she announced it. And then the interviewer was like, said something, and then she was like, speaking of which, like, let's see your bump. And then she was like, let's see your bump, to the interviewer who wasn't pregnant. And everyone was like, what the fuck? That was like kind of mean.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
I'm on Lively's side.
I could almost see that going both ways. I mean,
I think it was more rude than I made it out to be.
I could see the world deciding that it's incredibly inappropriate for an interviewer to ask Blake Lively to show her bump.
I think it was like, I noticed your bump or something, and then she was like, I noticed your bump. I probably worded it incorrectly.
Whatever it is, that's just one of those things where tiptoeing around the bureaucracy of pregnancy is not something I will ever fully understand. And so I avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
That said, if it's a woman I know, I want to touch the bump every single time.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think today you can even address the bump until like they're going into labor.
Until the baby's born.
Yeah, and be like, oh my God, I had no idea you were pregnant.
Well, at that point, I actually reach in and feel the baby's
Oh,
head.
yeah.
Palm the head.
You feel the placenta.
And I communicate through me.
Pulses.
It's the most.
I'm not your father, but I will be an important person in your life.
I'll be involved.
So they're
I'm the father who stepped up.
They're destroying Lively for that?
Your dad's gone.
I think so, yeah. I think that's why.
What? That's so
I'm
trivial.
I'm very I don't have a lot of information on this.
That's such bullshit. I just don't have a problem.
She kind of sucks.
I don't have a problem when a Hollywood actress is a bitch, the same way I don't have a problem when a politician is corrupt. It's like, obviously you're fucking corrupt. You're a politician. Like Eric Adams, you see that Eric Adams is getting like federally indicted because he took Turkish Airways.
Yeah, business class, not even first class.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
He bought a regular ticket and they just bumped him up. And
How
they're like,
are you
in the aggregate, it's $100,000.
The issue is that the Turkish travel agent or the person that booked him the seats got a special position in his cabinet as a result of those kinds of favors. That's not great, but as far as the perks that he took, they weren't exactly perky.
Yeah, what?
They weren't super perky.
No.
There's no way that's so expected. That's par for the course for a politician, in my estimation. I think that politicians are obviously doing shit like that. Obviously, they're corrupt. Obviously, they're power hungry. Obviously, they're going to use every little bit of their power in any way possible. They're not fucking living on farms eating McDonald's or whatever. They're just they're trying to maximize that. I do not give a fuck about that.
I don't know anything about it. I've been very out of touch with the news the last week.
Was that image you just conjured a blending of old McDonald had a farm?
I don't care if you say E-I-E-I-O.
I don't know many farmers that are just housing Big Macs.
You know who is? Warren Buffett.
That's right.
Warren Buffett lives on a big farm and eats McDonald's every day.
Every morning. Yep. Drives up in his Cadillac to the drive-through window.
And he goes the usual?
No, he has 2 orders, and one depends on, I think it depends on the stock market.
The ethnicity of the worker, I think.
Is that what it was?
He's like, I do not want the curry unless if there's a white girl working at McDonald's.
Damn, they got curry at McDonald's?
In Nebraska.
That's crazy. That would be awesome. They should make a fast food Indian place.
I mean, all Indian is fast food. It just literally sits in a...
Yeah, I guess it just sits in a
cauldron
tub.
or a trough. Yeah. Then it's amazing.
But imagine rolling up to Macca's and you just get some I'll just do the chicken tikka masala.
It'd be amazing.
It's in your lap in 30
Oh,
seconds.
it's making me hungry.
I know.
I'm hungry right
Suddenly
now.
I'm craving Indian food.
Just putting some ketchup on your tikka masala.
Yeah.
Putting some ketchup on your...
People who are racist towards Indian people have clearly never had chicken tikka masala. That shit is a work of art.
I know.
Yeah.
So good.
Whenever people are
unbelievable.
like, the Indian people aren't that good at the Olympics, it's almost like, well, have you seen what they do in the fucking kitchen?
Exactly.
They're
Yeah.
spending their time in the lab. Even the vegetarian dishes.
Yeah. Or when they're like, Indian people smell weird. I'm like, well, have you had naan? Have you tried the garlic naan?
They can do whatever they want.
Mhm.
Have you tried the sag paneer? The sag paneer will change your life.
Indian food it's honestly like it's a top 3 for me.
It's really up
It's
there.
so good.
It's so good.
and
Oh my God, I'm hungry.
If you
Yeah.
say that online, it's almost like one of those things you put on the wall where the termites come crawling out.
Oh yeah.
You just will. All the racists will just like,
Dude, I keep on
flood
getting
to the surface.
Yeah, I keep on getting these tweets on my timeline that are like something about Indian people, and they're like really racist. And I'm looking for the joke because I'm like, surely this is a joke, right? And then you go to the replies, and it's not a joke. And then I just block the account. So like, I don't need to be seen.
And then Elon Musk is like, more of this.
yeah,
Mhm.
unblock. He goes in and unblocks the account
For
from
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to see like actually racist shit.
Yeah. Elon
Like, I don't
Musk
want
is
that
like,
coming
is
up on my
anyone talking
timeline.
about this?
Yeah.
This is a great point.
Why would I want to see like I'm all
You know
for
what you should
I'm all
do?
for racist jokes.
No. You need to be the change you wish to see in the world. So you should start tweeting the opposite of racist stuff about Indian people.
True. Just went to 7-Eleven. Fantastic service.
Or just went to 7-Eleven. The entire staff was white.
Yeah. Terrible job.
And inside was another Indian customer who offered me a job at his Fortune 500 company.
There we go.
Tweet that.
Do you know Indian people? I think we've talked about this before, but you know Indian people own 50% of all motels in America?
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Look it up.
Look it up.
No, you got.
I already have looked up multiple things today. You guys got to look up something.
There's
all right,
no way that's true.
Look it up. Swear to God.
I don't even need to look it up. I'm going to go ahead with my gut here and just say it's wrong.
I love a good fact when I'm right and I know you're about to be wrong. Shit's about to blow up in your face. You got about 5 seconds to say, I think you actually might be right.
Repeat the facts.
Indian people own
I'm
50%
looking
of
it up.
motels in America.
Motels?
Yeah.
How,
Nothing. You don't want to
who
say.
owns
You don't want
50
to. You don't want to say anything. Like I could see that.
I'm going to hold.
You're gonna hold. All right.
I'm going to hold my
I respect.
position.
I respect.
Now
it.
the Shahs help compromise an impressive statistic. Indian immigrants and their children make up about 1% of the U.S. population, but they own roughly half the motels in the country.
Wow.
NPR 2016.
Oh, that's not true anymore. That's too old.
You
That's
didn't-
outdated.
you
That's
didn't-
8 years
No,
old.
now I heard it's 100% now.
No.
Yeah.
No. Now I'll look it up.
What the hell? And about 70% of those motel proprietors can trace their heritage to one state in India, Gujarat.
I was going to say Hyderabad.
The fact that they all
Gujarat.
come from one place,
Yeah.
how it's like Dominicans make baseball players and
Yeah.
Gujarat makes motel
Yeah.
owners.
Isn't that crazy?
That is a great statistic.
I
Holy
know.
shit.
You guys weren't listening to NPR in 2016?
I was, fuck. You got my ass. I was just getting on in Barstool in 2016.
Were you really? Is that when you got hired?
Yes.
That's
Let me see if
crazy.
it was before or after this article about Gujarat. Actually, probably right around this time.
So you were busy.
Oh, dude.
you were
did you see
swamped.
that?
That's why you
I was
missed it.
swamped.
Did you see that a third of the families that own the motels have the last name Patel?
Really?
Yeah.
But that's like Smith. That's actually probably more powerful than Smith.
A name used by the educated merchant class in Gujarat, India, which means landowner.
Patel does?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what that meant. And I can't look it up anymore. But
Too
I
much
did
looking up.
I read a book called The Shape of Water. It's really interesting.
I've heard of that.
It's a novel.
Did they turn it into a flick?
Yeah,
Did they?
I think they did. That sounds really familiar.
Is that the one where the Shape of Water is where the
I'm gonna do a
alien-
quick Google on that.
Pull it up.
The Shape of Water is where it's like a 1950s facility where a woman starts fucking an alien.
No, I know what you're talking about. I saw that movie too.
Is that not the Shape of
Yeah,
Water?
The Shape of Water, fantasy/romance.
What the fuck am I talking about? It's not The Shape of Water.
Bro.
It takes place in Baltimore.
The Shape of Water.
Yeah, at the port.
Which is a good time to pivot into.
Which is a good time to pivot in. I'll be in Baltimore this weekend. The Shape of Water has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Have you seen it?
No. Good?
Amazing.
I watched it.
There's like a key scene in that movie where the government agent he like has a debate. Doesn't affect the movie at all. But his debate is it more clean to wash your hands after you pee or before you pee? And he was basically like, there's two types of men in this world. Men who wash their hands before they touch their dick and men who wash their hands after they touch your dick. And
I would say before.
You think it's better? It's cleaner?
I think it's before, yeah.
But
Because I've always not understood the washing your hands at. Like, I do it if there's people in the bathroom.
Well, what this guy isn't accounting for is sweaty shaft.
Sweaty shaft, but that's still, it's just sweat. It's not like...
Yeah, well, you're washing your hands of your sweaty shaft.
But think about all the shit that you've taught. Like, I just rode the city bike in. I went to Starbucks, grabbed the handle, like all that shit. And now I'm going to go touch my dick with that? What if there was fucking AIDS
well,
on
you
the
don't
handle?
wash your hands before you touch your dick.
Imagine
I know I
Sass
don't, but
being
I'm saying it would
imagine
make...
Sass being the only guy to get AIDS from a Starbucks door handle.
You got
That's like,
Frappuccino
Wow, we had
AIDS?
no idea Sass was fucking so much. No. He's
Starbucks.
It's an iced pumpkin latte.
daily routine that got to him.
But wouldn't it make more sense to wash your hands before?
That's this guy's point.
I think you should do it if you really want to be a freak. Do it before and
both.
after.
Yeah.
By the way, the book is called The Covenant of Water. I apologize.
Guy
it's
Ritchie's.
it's a good book. It's quite long. I don't know that I'd recommend it, but it does explain a lot about the caste system in India.
Interesting.
What was the main takeaway?
You
No,
don't
not really at
care
all.
at all. You're not a
No,
reader.
just going along with it.
You're just not
First
a
of
reader.
all, I'm a reader.
You think you are,
I'm
but
a book-
you
I'm a
cite
bookhead.
books that you read 10 years ago, and you're like, I just
3
read
years
this.
ago.
Hmm?
Every book I've ever read was 3 years ago.
You stopped.
I read like 10 books in a year.
You went cold turkey,
and then
3
I
years
never
ago.
read a book
I
again.
know this. I know this. I can tell based on the books that you quote.
I read
and cite.
every single Charles Bukowski book and every single Jack Kerouac book in 1 year.
I
and
think
then
it would be
haven't read a
good
book
for you to
since.
get back into reading.
I read Sam Tallent's book, which was good. It was actually phenomenal. It was one of my favorite books. But that's like the genre of book that I like, is like the road dog books. And I've tried to get into like, because then I've read a lot of those, but then I was like, I wanted to get into like history to try and become smarter.
If you like road dog books and sort of journey books, try The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. He wrote A Gentleman in Moscow.
I'll have to check it out.
It's really great.
I'll have to check it out.
I want to get back to the Indian caste system.
Yeah.
I
It's
wanna learn.
crazy how sort of rigid the caste system is. Like if you're born into a certain class, it's very hard to work your way up to the next one.
Really?
And it's, it's not, as far as I can tell, at least from this book, it doesn't seem like people of lower classes are necessarily shit on or treated worse. There's like honor in being a butler.
Right. I mean, I know the only stuff I know about this is from watching Slumdog Millionaire. But I feel like I learned a lot from Slumdog Millionaire.
I haven't seen that either.
Bro, you live under a rock.
I've heard it's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's excellent.
You
It's
learn
really
why Indian
excellent.
guys go like this? Can you even do it, bro?
No, I definitely can't.
You got to work your neck muscles. You look like Ray Charles. Just swaying back and forth.
You look like a python responding to a lute.
You know what my favorite scene in The Departed is? Just
What?
taking us all the way back to the beginning. The scene where he's when he first meets the therapist or the psychiatrist, and when he's like talking about how he hasn't slept in weeks, and then because she's like, what did you want coming here? And he's like, Valium. And then she's like, I should have known, like drug seeking behavior. And then he freaks out. And then
What if I want to go blow my fucking brains
and
out?
then he like freaks out, so that he's like having panic attacks, and he like threw up on the way there. And then she pulls out the 2 pills, and then he goes, 2 pills? And he like flicks it back in her face, and he goes, why don't you just give me a bottle of scotch and a handgun to blow my fucking head off?
Yeah. That's great.
I love that scene.
He
Yeah.
got her ass too.
Banger.
Because then she just is sucking his dick, pouring pills onto it.
Oh,
just
yeah.
drowning him
Exactly,
in
yeah.
Valium.
Couple
He-
oxycoffins.
He has her wrapped around his finger. Dude.
Oh yeah, he
She'll
played
do
her.
whatever. He
Yeah.
played her,
Yeah.
and right away too.
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm sorry. Maybe you do need a unlimited amount of drugs."
Let me get you 60 Valium.
And to take it all the way back to the beginning, have we figured out what this dude was doing to beat you in Call of Duty?
Or if it was Legacy Blessed or Blessed Legacy.
Based.
I'm going my way.
I think it was based Legacy.
I can't believe.
I
you
wonder if he
remember
listens
that
to the show.
name, Francis. You listen like a thief, my brother.
I've never heard that before. I like it.
Listen like a thief.
Listen like a thief. I'm gonna start using that
It is good.
frequently.
It's so good.
Mm.
You must not have listened to my appearance on Token CEO podcast.
I
dropped that
I
phrase
think
on
I
there.
missed that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I
That was
thought
you went on
everyone-
recently, right?
I thought everyone listened to that. I thought everyone heard that. I thought it was like required summer reading for when you get back to.
We should have Erica on the podcast like we did with Francis, get her rehired.
She explained what happened. Nothing,
Oh,
actually. I
man.
just made the company super
She
popular.
goes on Unnamed Show on Thursday.
Yeah, she does.
Dave's
The
like,
whole-
let's see if we can crunch the numbers and make it work. And
Yeah.
she's like, it'll be $15 million a year for me to come back and work there.
Well, if you were able to get that, she should be able to.
True.
I know. I'm worried. I'm not going to get that again.
Francis actually gets 50% of all the revenue at Barstool, similar to the Indian people with motels.
Motels. 70% of all of the Barstool employees come from a small town in Massachusetts.
That is true.
That is actually true. I would believe it.
Me too.
I would believe it like it was fucking yesterday. In the Slumdog Millionaire, they're chaiwalas.
Yeah.
Tea, like they bring tea, and that's part of a caste system. But my question is, if it was a female caste member, could the guy who's in a higher class use his power to sexually have a relationship with one of these people? And if so, could that bump her up a caste system?
Oh, good question.
Like, can you fuck your way into a higher caste? Like Rob Kardashian's
I
girl.
don't know that you can. I think it's more frowned upon if you would do that for the person who's in the higher class. You know, they're not really supposed to date down, as far as I can tell. That's pretty frowned upon.
But what if the
Like
pussy's
Romeo and
crazy?
Juliet. I know, true.
No, they weren't.
That poor pussy goes
They
nuts.
weren't unequal in their classes.
No, I know. I just meant like it's forbidden. Like a forbidden relationship.
What did you say? Because it was funny. I want to hear
I
it.
said that poor pussy goes nuts. Because Roan said, what if the pussy's crazy?
Yes.
Yeah. They have to, you know.
Well, how would they ever know? It's so fucked. It's so not fair. That's probably why they see America as the land of opportunity. Because Black China can just go from doing whatever she was doing to fucking a Kardashian, and then suddenly she's in the highest caste system.
Who was Black China fucking?
Rob Kardashian. She had a baby with Rob Kardashian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they had the sex tape.
Did she?
Yeah, Black China definitely had a sex tape. That's the only reason I know
With
that
Rob,
name.
or did she fuck someone else?
I think she fucked someone else while she was dating Rob, and then the sex tape got leaked.
Yeah, Rob couldn't put out a sex tape. He doesn't have the departed girl's ab workout.
God, no.
If he did, I would definitely watch that sex tape.
Oh,
If he had
yeah.
her glute workout,
Yeah.
oh my god.
You got to start commenting that on like girls, because you know how like when like a girl posts something and then all the comments are like drop the ab workout. It'd be like dudes need to start commenting that
Bro, drop the ab
on the
workout.
on the girls post. Who's the one that everyone keeps posting about? Gracie Abrams. What's her name?
Tracy Abrams.
Gracie Abrams.
Who's Tracy Abrams? Is she the governor of Georgia or something like that?
It sounds like
Isn't Gracie Abrams a musician?
Gracie Mansion.
Am I wrong about
Tracy
that?
Chapman
Tracy Chapman. That's who I was thinking of.
is the musician.
Fast car.
Stacey Abrams is the
Stacey-
Georgia state representative.
Correct.
Is that who you're talking about, Stacey Abrams?
No, I'm talking about Gracie Abrams is a musician, and she always posts videos, and all the comments are like, "Drop your ab."
Are you talking
workout,
about this woman?
please." yeah. That's exactly who I was referring to.
Oh, she had crazy abs.
Tracy Chapman.
Nobody in the state legislature has crazy abs anymore. Back in the
No.
day, bros used to have. Who do you think is the most built politician of all time? Which politician has the sexiest body?
RFK, bro.
Yeah, but he's
And
he's
it
not
turns out
natty.
he's been fucking.
Yeah, but he's not
Did
natty.
you see that? He's been sneaking around.
He used to. Then he
Apparently,
used to
he
have
spread
like 63.
chlamydia. He spread chlamydia all along the NYU campus.
He was fucking Barron
Imagine
Trump.
finding out that your roommate was fucking RFK, like freshman year.
Imagine if you walk into the quad and Barron Trump and RFK are playing hacky
I
sack,
know, that would be sick.
smoking a doobie, talking.
They
about
probably
girls they
have
fucked.
linked up.
Yeah. Oh man, if they're spreading chlamydia around.
Yeah. Went to they probably popped by like Brooklyn Fair, got something at the hot bar.
Two different strains of chlamydia finding each other, winding their way around the campus and getting back to one another.
Do you think when Barron Trump fucks at college, like the Secret Service has to wait outside of the dorm?
He probably
Yeah.
he probably tags them in when he gets tired.
Yeah, true.
I
you
think
fuck
that
this girl for
Schultz and them were just talking about this,
What are they saying?
about Barron Trump fucking in college.
Oh, really?
So it's gonna look like you took that bit from them.
I think it makes sense how we got there.
Okay, good luck.
What did they say?
It's just a big deal.
Should we just
Seems
cut
like
that?
a
Should we just
risky person to?
Should we just cut their thing in?
And compare notes. What if it was word for word?
Do a response, like a response video.
Yeah.
Reaction
Watch us
video
watch Flagrant.
Yeah.
Flagrant podcast.
with ours side by side to see what happened, to see who was closer. You think that he's taking them to dates at Crumbl Cookies? You think he
Probably.
can skip the line at Crumbl Cookies?
You know how I know Andrew Schultz is doing really well?
Because he sold out Madison Square Garden twice.
I used to do his podcast
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
frequently.
Yeah.
And I haven't in a very
Yeah.
long time.
You used to do what?
Flagrant 2.
You used to go on that?
I've been on it a few times.
I was talking to somebody about this.
And the
'cause
fact that
didn't-
I don't even have a bid at it means they've really leveled up.
Well, you know what it is. I was talking about this with someone recently. They asked someone else, not Schultz, but another big comedian, like a huge podcast. They were like, "Can I do your show?" And they were like, "We want to have you on, but like because of how much the advertisers pay, they have like a quota of viewers that they have to hit, like a baseline."
Of
And-
guests?
No, like they have a baseline of views that they have to get.
Yeah.
And you know how like sometimes when we have a guest on, the episode will get less views.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're not huge to the point that they're going to get more views, like if there's a chance that they're going to get less views,
Yeah.
then they have to like give all the money back to the advertiser.
That's why they have that sounds not true. That they have to give the money back to the.
Maybe they might not have to give the money back to the advertiser. I might have made that.
But
part
that's why
up.
they have the minor league system.
Yeah,
They'll send some people through the minors.
they'll send them on they'll be like, you can do the Patreon episode.
Right.
Yeah. Have you ever been Patreoned?
What does that mean?
When you go to record it, when you go to do someone else's podcast, and then they put it on the Patreon.
Dude, worse even than that. One time Ian Fidance asked me to come on his podcast and it was with Zach D'Amico.
Zach Amico.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Not
Ian-
Crack Amico. right?
Ian didn't even come.
Oh, really?
So it was just me and Zach.
Really?
And we don't know each other.
Yeah. I could see you guys never having crossed
I
paths.
could see you guys being at different ends of the comedy spectrum fully. Like maybe you're diametric opposite. If one of you was a different race.
I mean, he's funny, and they had Graham K on as well. So there were people there that I could talk to. But I texted Ian after. I was like, dude, where were you?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I had a gig or something. I'm like,
Yeah, that's insane.
what?
That's pretty crazy. That's like if we invited a guest on here and then none of us, it was like Owen and Tyler.
Wait, like when you invited Colin on,
That-
and
I
then
guess I
didn't
did-
show
I
up
did
the
do
one
that.
time.
I did
It was
do
just
that.
me and Colin.
Yeah. I did do that. That was the worst day of my life.
No, it was I since I'm actually friends with Colin, it was fine. But
I don't think I've ever felt worse than that moment.
Why didn't you come?
Bunch of complications with travels.
for traveling from his dream state to his awake state,
You slept through it. When I see you
No.
drinking your coffee
No, I didn't sleep through
and
it.
it's 2 p.m., I know that's your first coffee of the day.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm not a 2 coffee a day guy. I'm a 1 coffee a day guy.
I know.
cardiologists say it's actually 3 could be good for your heart.
Really?
Yes.
Are they saying that?
The cardiologist.
There
I'm
are
the-
always these headlines that are saying more coffee equals better.
Yeah, it's probably sponsored by Big Coffee.
How is that possible? When I have more than 2 coffee, if I have another coffee in the day, I get so jittery.
Dude, if I have 2 iced coffees in one day, like I'm literally standing in my apartment being like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Like I might have to kill myself.
Just tracing the outline
Yeah.
of your face on the mirror,
Yeah.
putting a gun to the side.
I don't even get
beside your head.
jittery from iced coffee anymore. I get like if I drink too much, I just get really sad. Like insanely depressed. It's crazy.
That's how I feel about booze now.
Really?
I've said that too, though.
What, like would you get that while you're drunk?
Yep.
Dude, stop drinking. That's awful.
I have been trying and you won't let me
No, I'm not
because
letting
you're
you.
trying to gatekeep sobriety.
Well, because you tried to gatekeep it from me, so I got to give it back.
no,
to
I
you a
never
little
tried
bit.
to gatekeep it. I wasn't
Bruh.
gatekeeping because I wasn't sober.
Bruh.
You're
when
not.
we were in Colorado, you guys cornered me and you were like, "Drink."
That's
drink,
not
do
gatekeeping.
Kind of is.
Gatekeeping would be as if I was sober and I was like, I'm doing this thing, you can't have it too.
Well,
which
you
is
were
what
you were so
did to me.
anti
You
my
want to say
sobriety.
enabling.
Yeah, you were anti my sobriety, so I kind of feel like I have to be anti yours.
I wanted
But if you're
you to
getting
develop,
sad while drunk, don't drink.
I
That's
wanted
the
you
worst.
to develop a healthy relationship with drinking, but then I saw that you had done it for your own reasons, and I totally got behind it.
True.
Is for a bit. He was doing it so he could make this one joke that he was trying to make.
I know.
work.
I was working. I had an idea for a sobriety joke, and I decided to run with it.
Because
Yeah,
it's
I
like in
thought
The
it was a-
Prestige. It's like when you have to dress up like the Asian person and someone sees you drinking, they'll be like, this joke doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you watched The Prestige yet? Since
I
we talked
haven't.
about it 10 minutes ago?
I've
What
already
are you
seen
doing?
it a couple times.
Dude, getting
Today.
sad while drunk is one of the worst feelings imaginable. Like you never like when you're like going out and for some reason it's just you're not getting drunk and you just keep drinking, but you like can't get into it. It's the worst.
When I had college parties, sometimes I would just like go to like sit in my room alone.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sad. I think I was like overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It was just like too much like social. I didn't know where to like go. I'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Dude, this wedding this weekend, I went to the bathroom probably 80 times
Yeah.
and just stood in there.
I do that a lot.
I
You
just
need to
stood
get-
in
it's
there
like getting
and,
out
like,
of
looked at my
conversations.
phone.
But I was like, is this just who I am? But it's not something that has like followed me in life. I think it's like a relatively normal thing that you just want to get over.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not really a normal environment to be in, like a big party.
Yeah. Our ancestors didn't have
No.
keggers.
They didn't have keggers.
That's not right.
They weren't keg standing.
Parties have been going on forever.
Who invented
True.
parties? Google this.
The Aztecs.
The Mayans.
Was it not the
They had that because they had the original Torah party, or what's
Toga.
it called? Toga party.
Sorry.
The Torah.
The Greeks.
Torah's Jew.
Greeks were big on partying.
It's saying the Egyptians,
That makes sense.
15th century BC, raucous celebrations of drunkenness.
How do you think the first party started? What do you think? It was like 3 dudes, and then like one other person came.
They're like, whoa,
And
it's
then
a
they were-
party now.
Someone put
I
the
feel like we're
last.
onto something here.
I think someone put the last piece on the top of the fucking pyramid,
Yeah.
and they were like, "I'm fucking having a drink." And then everyone else was like, "Me too." We lost 19 members of our family building this thing.
Generations of our family have died in pursuit of this.
It's time. Let's fucking
Just the first
Honor them.
Egyptian slave worker cracking an ice cold
yeah.
Coors Light.
Yeah. I wonder what the
Mountains
logo.
are blue.
I wonder what the logo looked like back then.
The pyramids
The
are
pyramids
blue.
are blue. Yeah.
pyramids are blue.
Oh God. Pyramids are red. Just piping hot beers that they're
Yeah.
drinking. The hottest mead before refrigeration. They're just getting fucked up on
Oh, yeah.
ice hot beer.
Super skunked beers. Like, this tastes like fucking shit. That's
They-
probably how IPAs became a thing.
That's probably how shotgunning became a thing.
true.
Because they were like, I don't want to taste it.
Yeah.
Just get it down quick.
They
It's
just-
actually easier to do when it's
Yeah.
not cold.
Had a spear and a glass jug of wine. And
Yeah.
They just fucking
Or like beer bonging. They're like, does anyone have a beer bong on them? I want to shoot this beer into me.
That's probably what the ancient technologies that Joe Rogan's always talking about.
Yeah.
It's like actually the pyramids were a conduit to use light to beer
Yeah.
bong
Oh, you know what?
alcohol faster.
I forgot to tell you guys this. I did this a while ago. I don't think I've gotten my email yet, but they made a. Have you guys gotten that? Have you guys seen that thing on Instagram of the kettlebell with Joe Rogan's face on it?
No.
Yeah, I signed up. I made an account so that I could get an email at a chance of buying one of them. They're like $500. I want one so bad for the studio. I was gonna bring it in one day, and it's just a massive kettle. It's a 50-pound kettlebell, and it's like an
50
and it's an exact replica of Joe Rogan's face.
What do you think Sass would do with a 50-pound kettlebell?
Bro,
you
I
throw
don't
his
even
back
know
out?
how I would get that here. I don't know how I would transport 50 pounds of Rogan's head.
Wait, is it shaped like his head or it's like
It's dude, it's his exact face. I
Is it
gotta
the one
check
where
to see
he's-
if I've gotten.
Is it
an
the one where
email
he's
about it
looking
yet.
really intense and he's sweaty kind of?
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's like he's like this.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah,
you know that kettlebell?
I know that
No,
bell.
I'm familiar with that bell.
I've done some swings with that.
What the fuck?
I
A
wonder if
50
I got. I don't think I've gotten. Oh yeah, I'm on the wait list.
Imagine the poor delivery guy who has to bring that to your 5th
I
story
know.
walk up.
Y'all, it's happening. It's really happening. Chosen through random generation, we have identified that the first group will access the kettlebell and have a chance to walk away with the 55 pounds of inspiration and home decor.
That's so heavy.
Oh no. We're sorry to inform you that you were not selected in this round.
You
but
have
there's
to buy
still
one
a chance.
on a sec. We have to get one off Game Time.
I know.
You have to get one off a secondary kettlebell market.
They're probably going for like $10K a piece at this point.
100%.
Should we chip in and get one?
Yes.
On
I
the
think-
secondary market?
On the secondary. Well, hold on. Let me finish reading this email. The group has been selected. Will receive access September 30th and will have 48 hours to complete their purchase once the 48 hours have passed, blah, blah, blah. The Rogan kettlebell will be available for purchase at $250 USD. On it, we'll be donating $100,000, blah, blah, blah.
We need to get our hands on one of these kettlebells. I don't care how the fuck you do it.
Well, it's bullshit that I'm just seeing this now. I
What would you
want
do
to
with
find a
a-
photo of the Rogan kettlebell.
Francis, devise a little bit of a workout routine for a
55
kettlebell.
pounds. There's not
Goblet
that limits-
squats with a shoulder press.
It limits what you're able to
Swings.
do. I don't know if I would feel that great about shoulder pressing a 55-pound kettlebell.
Look at this thing.
That seems really heavy to me.
No.
I think it's
Because you shoulder
swings-
press 240s probably, easily. 250s.
It's just really heavy. To me, it would be, I would do rows with it, with my hand on something. So bent over rows, both arms. I would do swings. And then, you can't really do it. I don't think you can do a Turkish getup with one that heavy. Sass. I don't know if Sass could do anything.
God,
Yeah.
it does not look like him at all.
What do you mean it doesn't? It's his head. It's his face.
It looks like Buddha. It looks like considerably fatter than his face.
I want it so bad.
If that was Rogan, that would piss me off so much. If someone was misrepresenting my face, like when Cristiano Ronaldo got that false bust.
Oh, yeah.
It's an exact replica. I need it.
Is he part of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
You think you could pull some strings and get it? I bet if you
I
talk
actually
to
do
Schultz
think I could.
or Shane.
No, Dr. Shane.
Could you do that for me?
You want it that badly?
I want it that badly.
I don't think you've earned it.
I really would appreciate if you
You'd
did
have
that.
to show some sort of initiative that you actually want to get into shape.
Yeah, feet of
I don't want it to work out. I want it to put in the studio.
just to put it on the table, and the table
Yeah.
just snaps in half.
Yeah. So we could say we had Rogan on.
Here's what I'll do.
I want to put it
If
right
you get
next
to a
me.
point where you can actually shoulder press a 55-pound kettlebell, I'll start working on getting one for you.
Work it. Dude, they're going to be sold out by then. I would need to put
Zaz,
on
you
like
could
I would need
show-
to put
you
on
could
like
do this.
15 pounds of muscle.
But we're going to the source, brother. I
Not
think we're gonna be
single
able to
arm
get
shoulder
one.
press, a two-armed shoulder press.
No, I want single arm.
I'll talk to Shane. I'll call him. And I'll cash in my one text of the year. Hey, sorry to bother you. Was really hoping you could help me get one of those Rogan kettlebells.
Craft it right now.
No,
Why?
because I'm not using my one text for that, bro.
That's the most worthy thing you could use your one text
I know
for.
that's true.
You're hoping he's going to go back on SNL so you could have 4 more Bud Lights? I don't
Yeah.
think so, bro.
Oh,
Get that kettlebell now.
I gotta get it.
Go back on SNL.
This year he'll go on as
I saw Bargatze's hosting it again.
He's hosting again, which makes me think Shane will host again.
Yeah.
but this year?
Do you think they usually
Maybe.
have 2 of the same people that hosted last year host this year though?
I'm sure they have. It seems like there was a period there where Justin Timberlake hosted every year.
Yeah, that's
and-
true.
Alec Baldwin's done 8 times or whatever. I heard that they offered him to do Trump the entire year, and instead he went to Skankfest like a true fucking legend.
I saw that about Shane.
He went to he
Yeah.
opted for Skankfest.
I saw that on Twitter and then I looked it up and I didn't find anything about it. So
Wait,
So-
they wanted Shane to do Trump the whole year?
yeah, and he turned it down to go to Skankfest.
Just-
That's what rumors are saying. Don't
Imagine-
quote me on that.
Imagine having to come up to New York every Saturday night, though.
Well, yeah, but
I'll do
he's
it.
in Philly, so that wouldn't be that bad.
Wouldn't be that good.
No, it wouldn't.
Plus, he's on the road.
I think it's not the worst gig in the world to drive from Philly to New York to be on one of the biggest television shows ever.
Yeah, I know, but what would they pay him?
Nothing, probably.
I've literally done this.
It
I
would
went
be-
from New York to Philly to be on one of the biggest shows on the internet, the Pat Bev Pod. Almost, I did it every week when he was on the Sixers. I literally did that. And look where it got me sitting with you two joking. Maybe a little less love for my dad would have me on SNL.
Damn. Dude, Roan is torching us.
That's a joke. That's my joke.
He just did. Yeah, he just used your own joke
He
against
just
you.
used
And then he
my
said
joke.
he called us jokers.
You tell
He called
jokes
us
for a living.
he called us clowns.
Joker 1 or Joker 2?
Joker 1.
Is that water open?
Yes, but it's not drank from. It's just cracked.
Oh, fuck that.
It's just a trace amount of the Spanish fly in there.
Yeah, I don't want that shit.
So are we getting to Diddy or no?
I don't really have much to say about Diddy.
Diddy.
Very upset.
I got Jack Diddley about Diddy.
They're saying Justin Bieber and 120 of his friends came together in a class action lawsuit linking their arms.
JB did?
What?
JB was a victim, bro. And you guys crack jokes at JB's expense.
Not
knowing that he's tortured.
I never once cracked
What?
jokes at JB's expense. Ever.
Run the tape.
I never did.
You never cracked jokes about JB?
No. I think I said that. I remember when I was younger, it was like if you were a man, you were like required to hate Justin Bieber.
Right, exactly.
In
And
like 2010.
I never said that.
and that was you doing
I said that.
Me and Francis were on Bieber's side.
No, you guys were at the age where you probably like actually hated him.
I'd never hated him.
Haley Bieber has developed a line of lip gloss that has lines out the door of every retail store they
Really?
have. Mm-hmm.
Did you
She's
get any?
become the face of their couple.
Graham got my wife a he had access to Haley Bieber's lip gloss and got it as we all met up at a dinner.
Graham
one time.
Bennett?
Yeah, Graham Bennett got my wife a tube of that exclusive lip gloss.
By the way,
Wow.
you said Graham as though it would be obvious which Graham in your life you were talking
Oh,
about.
I knew immediately.
Graham Bennett would have been way down the list. I had no idea.
I knew instantly.
I
That's
didn't know
crazy,
you
though.
and
That's
Graham
crazy that
Bennett
another-
were on a first name basis. And
I
a
am.
lip gloss.
Bro, I'll text him right
cue
now.
cutting.
That's crazy. It's crazy to let another man buy your wife lip gloss. Imagine going out to dinner with your wife and another man's like, "Oh, I got you something, by the way.
Yeah.
Lip gloss."
Yeah.
We'd leave. I'd be like, "Get the check. We're leaving now."
But
Get the check, Graham.
yeah, I was about to say he's paying for this dinner.
That's the least you can do. I'm going to let you pay for this, but this is the last time.
And we're taking the lip gloss.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're
We
still
were
taking
going
it.
home. We weren't giving back the lip gloss.
And I'd like some more.
You can't unstand in that line.
I would take the lip gloss and then like re-gift it for a birthday or something.
It wasn't even Alex that gave it. It was Graham.
It was just Graham. That's crazy. I didn't know you and Graham were tight like that. Is he still in New York or is he back in OKC?
He's back in OKC. Should I message him right now?
We should get him on the pod.
You ever watched the OKC bombing documentary?
No.
You haven't?
What is it about the time when you did stand up out there?
Funny.
Who was that?
Funny.
Was that Ted Kaczynski?
No. That was a white supremacist group. There was a lot of ties between them and
It was Timothy McVeigh.
there was a lot of ties between them and what was that cult in the Waco cult? In the Waco cult's documentary, there's a scene where the reporters are showing all the people that are like waiting on the street, like in support of the cult. And one of the dudes is the dude that bombed OKC.
Whoa.
Isn't that weird?
Wait.
I love a good crossover like that.
Help me with this a little bit. One of them, I think it's the Timothy McVeigh, or is it Ted Kaczynski?
Ted Kaczynski's the dude that built the bombs in the woods and then sent them to like Northwestern.
was a Unabomber.
shit.
And he
Yeah.
went to Harvard and was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I think they say he was like a Harvard experiment. Harvard like fed him LSD.
And people kind of have turned him into almost counterculture icon.
Like a hero. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's aged well, you could argue, as far as terrorists go. Whereas Timothy McVeigh, nobody likes him.
No one well, he killed a bunch of children.
Okay. That's all
Yeah.
I needed to know.
Yeah. Because he blew the building that he blew up, there was a daycare in the first floor, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. But he's the kind of guy where like his haircut will become popular in like 2 years.
Didn't he just have a buzz?
Yeah. But the style of it. It was like a flat top, a white guy flat top buzz.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
I might go Buzz next.
Really?
Yeah.
You could pull off a buzz.
I don't
You got
know.
a good hairline.
Not really. It's okay.
It's better than mine.
I think your shit has been looking crispy. I think though, I think I don't think you should make a decision right now.
No, I'm not going to do it for a little while.
Is it because
We're
the
gonna-
comments?
Hmm?
Is it because the
I feel
comments?
like the last batch of comments.
What are they
were
saying?
kind.
People keep saying get a haircut.
Oh, they are saying
Yeah,
that?
but I delete them. Don't say that.
Well, what's the point of deleting them if you're going to tell him?
Well, I let him know. Give him a heads up.
You delete the comments so that you can tell me personally.
No, I don't delete.
I
want to
be the one that gets in his head about this, not you guys.
Dude, people have been commenting about my hair for my entire life. And then I got a buzz cut and people said that I lost my mind. I didn't. My eyes were open. Maybe I found my mind.
Get another buzzy then.
I kind of want to.
All I
would go
want to
way
eat right
longer
now,
this time.
the only thing I want to eat right now are cookies.
What kind?
Maybe you're pregnant.
I just want cookies all the time,
Crumbl?
man. I'm thinking about cookies. I'm
Crumble's
hungry.
good. I had Crumbl for the first time this weekend.
How'd you get them?
My little sister went and bought some.
Did she wait in line?
I don't know. She just came home from school and had
I remember
them.
Graham Bennett brought us a box of cookies.
He did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Crumbl
inside there was a little thing of lip gloss, and she said, "This, I don't know."
Choose your next words carefully.
Damn, you really bailed on that bit.
I was gonna say something, and then I was like, "Nah." And then Ron said, "Choose your words carefully," and I stepped back.
He got in line.
I took a step
Yeah.
back.
Wow.
I took a
His
step
hand up,
back.
That's on me. Truly a gracious gift that he gave us.
Crumbl.
What kind of cookies did he get?
He didn't do
Double
that. I was just talking
double
about
chunk
people.
chocolate chip.
That was actually an analogous beat to him standing in line for the Hailey Bieber's Road lip gloss. So this what we do is analogous.
It is
beats.
crazy that Graham literally waited in like a 4-hour long line to buy your wife lip gloss.
And then just handed it to her.
Yeah.
Not even in a box or a
No.
bag. He just handed it to her like a fucking lighter.
If you think for 1 second that there isn't a third analogous beat coming on this, then you don't know comedic structure.
There's always a third,
Oh, there is. And it'll be the most heightened.
and it'll be the most heightened. It'll be the big punch.
It'll
It'll-
be something about Nazis or Jesus
Yes,
or something
exactly.
like that. Like
Yeah.
standing in line for the
Exactly.
concentration camps or
Yes.
something like
Yes.
that.
Nice.
Who
It'll
else
hit
stood in line famously? The 2x2 on the way to Moses.
No, what I
Noah's
heard
Ark?
was
the
that,
animals.
What I
for
heard
Noah's
was
Ark.
that Graham Bennett is actually the guy in that photo from Tiananmen Square,
yeah.
standing in front of the tanks.
For real?
Exactly.
And he's holding up a thing of lip gloss and being like, "Don't come kill us. We're students."
Yeah.
he was putting lip gloss into a soldier's gun during
Yeah.
Vietnam.
That's Graham Bennett.
That's what Graham Bennett did, that legend.
Just a good guy overall.
He's been around.
Do you think he hates this?
That's my boy. What are you talking? Why do you hate this? We're
I
keeping
don't
his
know.
name alive.
Because his ex-wife was on Barstool, and now like 2 years have passed, and we're still bringing him up.
But we're speaking of him in a very glowing
In a very-
fact.
in a very
And,
glowing
on
big
facts
fans of him.
only.
Yeah.
And we're keeping alive the fact that it's actually his name that she's using, not
True.
not her own.
Mm-hmm.
I told you it was when I saw him in West Village, and it was right before I was going to Iceland, I think.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm going to Iceland, and he was like, "Fuck, that sounds so fun." And I think he was like, "Can I come?"
You should have let him.
I would if he asked if he could come, I would have said, "Dude, absolutely."
Yeah, because then you would have stayed in nicer places, probably.
Yeah.
And I ran into him at LaGuardia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me this was recently.
And he was awesome.
Yeah.
He looked great.
He's the man.
He's a great guy.
He's the goat.
The goat.
Dare I say he's the goat.
But how would you guys have fit in a tiny Icelandic car folding his 6'6" fucking hulking frame?
We actually had a pretty good car. We had a Rav. The new Rav.
But Rav is not holding. You would have needed the Rav with the extendo legs
True.
to get Graham in. Or he's driving.
he would have had to drive.
Or he's sitting front row and Peters is fucking balled up. Like,
Peters is pretty big too, though. Peters is probably what?
big.
6'3"?
Yeah, he's my
But
size.
Yeah.
compared to fucking Bennett,
No, he's
Both
nothing.
big too.
He's got nothing on Bennett.
Peters
Bo?
versus Bennett.
I'm taller than Bo.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Well, he carries himself with so much more aplomb.
He's big though. He's a beefy guy.
That's a new thing.
You're not gonna give him credit for being strong?
No, he's fucking jacked out of nowhere. It's disgusting. I hate it. His ass is huge. You see him walking, and it's like, dude, what the fuck is with your ass? He said that people have been coming up to him, being like, dude, your ass is massive.
He's on the rack.
Yeah,
Does he elevate his heels?
dude, he squats like 300 pounds.
Does he elevate his heels when he's doing it?
I don't know.
You gotta ask him.
Bo,
You got to work on your ass.
I know. It's
You're the
terrible.
kind of guy that needs to have like a gigantic ass.
No, I'm never going to, and I'm okay with that. I don't care.
How is your ass now?
It's
Not good. It's
Plump.
small.
No,
it's
not.
small. You
I
got
have
a
a
tight ass.
small butt.
No, it's nice.
My ass is not even there.
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
belts.
you just sit all day.
You
Yeah.
count on your dick to hold your pants up.
Yeah, exactly. I
You're
count on my balls.
You have the ass of a POW.
Your ass is or like your dick is like a coat hook that
Yeah.
your pants have to hang on
Yeah,
to
exactly.
like forward so it doesn't fall off.
Dude, I went on a bike ride yesterday because I had a big gaming session that I was planning on having, and I was like, I think I'll feel a lot better about playing video games if I get a little exercise.
If I go on
in.
an electric bike.
No, so I took one of the manual bikes because I was like, this is at least something. Dude, never again. You can't even ride those
So
bikes
bad.
like for fun.
I
Like
can't.
I
They're
was
not
on
fun.
flat ground.
They're not fun.
I've never ridden on a bike before that goes slower the harder you pedal. Like the harder I'm pedaling, it's slowing down.
It's
There's
really
friction.
surreal to think that we rode those for
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
I rode those.
Yeah.
I used to ride. I think I've told you this. I used to go out at night in like New York when I was in my early 20s or whatever, and get banged up.
Yeah, and ride those.
Shots, beers, shots, and then at
Sick.
2 to 3 in the morning, I would ride an acoustic city bike home
Yeah.
from like the West Village,
Yeah.
across the Brooklyn Bridge
Oh my God.
to my apartment in Brooklyn Heights.
Crossing the Brooklyn, going up that hill.
It's a steep hill.
Yeah.
And I would, by the time I got home, I'd be sober
Yeah. I'm
from
sure.
how much exercise I
Yeah.
had got.
I'm sure.
That's why I did it.
Dude, those bikes suck.
Yeah, they were the worst.
The sweat that you get from going up the bridge is insane.
Yeah.
Dude, I hadn't been on one of those in since I probably since the first year that I moved here. And dude, I got on it and I started pedaling and I got off the bike. I was like something's wrong with this one. Like I literally thought that there was something. I thought there was like a flat tire or something.
Hmm.
And then it was just nope. That's just how it is.
Yeah, some were better than others, but it was never good.
It was because we just didn't know.
Compared to the e-bikes now.
It's just like we didn't know that there was anything better than the wagon.
But the e-bike is the same speed as just a normal bike.
Wrong.
A
No, it's
road bike.
A road bike. It's the
but
same
you're
speed
talking
as a road
guy
bike.
wearing, U.S. Postal Team
Yeah.
spandex.
Yeah.
Clip-in fucking shoes. That road bike.
But like a mountain bike is significantly faster than the blue city bike.
Yeah.
Because they probably have more speeds to it. Like if you really push on like a 10 or 21 speed bike, you could probably get somewhere. This is a 3-speed bike.
Dude, it's just it doesn't even make sense to me.
Going up the hill and you just start rolling backwards, trying to go over a bridge,
Yeah.
having to engage your core as you roll backwards. But at least it got you right for your video games. I mean, it helped.
It did.
It's like
How far did you go?
I went down to the World Trade Center and then I started biking back and then I actually stopped and walked home. I was like, dude, this is slower than walking.
I mean, I would almost encourage you to just walk.
It took me like an hour to get to the World Trade Center.
I think walking's good for you.
Yeah, biking's good too though.
No, I would walk.
Because I was on the path, so it's like you're going the whole time.
Yeah, but if you walk on the path, apparently that's where all the hot chicks are.
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
where the hot dudes are.
There was a lot of hot people out.
Were there?
Yeah, and I was
on the West
and I
Side
was-
Highway.
I was staring at everybody.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning, I heard it's the hottest dudes of all time.
I've heard that as well.
I've heard like 5 in the morning, the dude's running.
Yeah, but you
topless.
can't talk to a guy that early.
I don't
You have to
understand
bike next to a hot guy running.
I hate them, dude. I hate the dudes with the shirts off running and there's just zero jiggle.
because they make you
it's
feel
just
insecure.
steel.
It's because you feel
Mhm.
insecure.
When I run, like I can like my stomach smacks down as I'm going up.
It twerks.
Yeah.
You make it clap.
It's like a constant whipping motion.
Sass running sounds like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
and
it,
they
like,
run and it's just zero movement anywhere.
It's like when like a Chilean person is playing a Morocco. There's
Yeah.
like a double shake to
Yeah.
it. It's like a chicka chicka chicka
Yeah.
chicka chicka instead of chick chick
Yeah.
chick. It's like the shake on both ends of it is kind of nice.
Dude,
Yeah.
when you see a super jack dude running, I'm always confused by that.
I don't like when I see the jack dudes running with their shirts off, and I don't like when I see dudes running and having conversations while they're running.
The reason I feel the way I did about the comment I just made before he changed the subject
I was curious to know this.
is there's no way that you can they must be using that run as a warm-up, or they lifted earlier in the day. You can't, in my opinion, I don't think you can be super jacked
And run like that.
and run that way.
I think they do cardio once a week.
You think?
Yeah, or they'll do like 15 minutes of cardio.
I appreciate you coming back to my train of thought.
Of course.
It could be a 3
I'm
days
here,
on,
bro. I'm here.
3 days heavy weights, 3 days cardio. Or do you think that that's not enough to get to their weight?
I think he's right. I think it's 1 day of cardio that they're doing, and then they're lifting 4 days a week or something like that.
But you don't think there's jacked marathon runners?
There are, but they lose it. Like, I remember I used to follow this dude on Instagram who was huge.
I remember that. I know this guy.
And then he started running marathons and he lost like 50 pounds of muscle,
The
but he was
guy-
still
yeah.
jacked.
Yeah. He also got pretty fucking good at running marathon. I mean, he ran a fast marathon.
Yeah.
We talked to Biz this past week. He was saying that the hockey guys' workout is basically just standing statically in like a lunge position. So you're not bending the knee constantly, but you're doing like a weighted lunge and just building up the tension over time. Do you remember when he said that?
Yeah. They're crazy.
We were bending those guys' ears about how to get fucking rocking hot bods.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a hot bod.
I also asked him about, when they're in season, they're playing every other day. Are you really able to fucking... Because
Work out.
before the season, they lift, they get into really good shape, they build a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
And then the season starts and it just sloughs off of them.
Yeah.
And he said that the really good players know how to kind of maintain. Everyone sort of just maintains.
What, so they work out while they're in season?
Yeah.
Because if that was me and I played a hockey game, I'd be like, that was my workout for the week. But they work out, like, I remember...
It's a slightly different
Yeah. Well,
tier.
they're a different level. But
Yes. Yeah.
no, with the idea of like playing a hockey game, coming out drenched in sweat, and then like the good guys, they just go and hit the gym right after.
Some do.
That's what Kobe does, at least, or Kobe did.
Well, the NFL players do it the most because they have to keep the muscle on
Yeah.
in order to compete the way that they do.
Yeah. That's what there was that I've always see that clip on Instagram of the dude talking about how it was like the day after they lost in the finals, the Lakers, and the guy was like, I want to be the first one at the gym. And then he got to the gym and Kobe had he just finished lifting and he was going to shoot hoops.
I was so impressed from that Hard Knock season where Jameis Winston was on the show and he was in the gym at 5:30 every morning.
Yeah. Why not just go at like 8?
Because practice is at 8.
So why not just go like at 7?
Because you have to get the playbook tape study at 7.
Go at 6.
You have to eat breakfast at 6.
What's the difference?
Eat breakfast at 5.
6 and
Go at 6.
5:30.
Extra hour of sleep. I never understood that. I have a hard time with the whole like, well, I wake up at 3 in the morning. I hit the gym. It's like, yeah, you also go to bed at 6 p.m. So
Yeah, right. Mark Wahlberg's routine,
Yeah.
is it really that impressive?
No.
You're just avoiding your family.
yeah, exactly. You're just inconveniencing everyone
Just a
around
bad
you.
dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's
He's
like,
also
well, no, we're
lying.
awake the same amount of time. Yeah, he's definitely lying. But it's like we're awake the same amount of time. You're just going to bed at 5 p.m. and waking up at 2 in the morning. Like you're just awake when no one's awake.
You ever hear the people who are like, I have 3 days, and every one of my days, I have my 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock day. Then I have my 11 o'clock to my 5 o'clock day.
Yeah.
And then I have my 5 o'clock to my 11 o'clock
I think
day.
Sass lives 1 day a week.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I just don't
Boy,
understand.
last week was a tough day. I mean, I lost a lot of time.
Bruh, I grind. You guys just don't see it.
Yeah, when you get that Tony Hawk video game dusted off,
I don't play skateboarding video games.
that was a grinding joke.
True. The Mark Wahlberg thing doesn't make any sense though. I remember I used to look at his schedule and be like, damn, that's so badass. But it's like wake up at 2 a.m., workout, play 18 holes of golf, family. Like imagine like having kids and having family time written down in your calendar.
Yeah, you're just living your life as though you're in Belgium.
Yeah. Like imagine like getting an alert on your calendar and it's like, fuck, family time starts in 10 minutes.
I'm going to be late for family time.
Yeah.
I'm on the 19th green.
And then imagine being those kids. And then you got to be like, dude, we have to hang out with dad for 2 hours every day.
Yeah, but you know
'Cause
what?
It's in his calendar.
I'm waking up early to hang out with dad
Yeah.
as he's getting off the golf course.
Yeah.
You know what I've realized, dude?
Stay blessed though.
Is that being around some people, I don't even know who I was around recently, someone who was like very successful. And I saw that their entire day had to be booked out because
Yeah.
everyone wants a piece of them. And you realize that with certainly politicians, you know, that they have these aides and these advisors. And I remember like the president, I don't know, I read Obama, the first part of Obama's memoir, and he talked about how, you know, he books out 15-minute windows.
Yeah.
And that amount of time is so valuable. He's like seeing the vice premier of, Korea.
Yeah.
What did bro do on Saturdays?
Probably just
CFB?
listen to some hip hop.
College football? College football and hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, there's just never a minute where he's like, fuck, what should I do right now?
No, because
Ever.
it comes up in his calendar and it's like, listen to hip hop for 10 minutes.
And he has to put that in
Yeah.
to
And then he sits
protect
there
it.
and he goes, all right.
Didn't Ronald Reagan argue that the presidency was a 9-to-5 job?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did. Which is a hilarious thing to just be like, hey, tell fucking Iran they could call me at 9 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I'm
Laptop
on
goes
the
off at 5.
yeah.
You ever have a teacher like that? Where they'd be like, my laptop goes off at 3.
Can you imagine Putin like knocking on the door of the Oval Office and fucking Bush or someone is like, nope, time's
Yeah,
up. I'm
yeah,
out of
yeah.
here.
I'm having a pork chop.
Yeah.
I'm having a pork chop and a glass of Chablis.
The bell rang, friend. See you tomorrow.
Just watching Mork and Mindy or whatever Ronald Reagan was watching at night. Just watching some local programming, watching Good Times or In Living Color or whatever the fuck he was watching. I guess In Living Color would be a little bit after Reagan.
A little after Reagan's time.
That's a good question because he got out of office in 88. When did In Living Color start? 91?
I believe it was 92.
We will put this show on pause.
I would be impressed if you actually got that right.
1990
2 years off.
to
Went the wrong
94.
way. He said it with such certainty.
I don't even know what Even Living Color is.
It was a black sketch show that
Isn't that
Jim
Jamie
Carrey
Foxx?
was on. Jamie Foxx and the Wayans brothers.
And Jim Carrey too?
Jim Carrey was the white guy on it, and he was so fucking funny.
That's cool.
They had a black sketch show in 1990.
Bro, it's 1990.
It
You're
launched-
acting like it's like civil rights.
I think it launched Jamie Foxx's career.
They had
Really?
a black sketch show in 1865? That was a little quick.
It was just people sketching black people. Have you seen this man? We're looking for him.
1990 to 1994. Wow. April 15th,
Tax day.
right? Wow.
Unless you're me, then it's October 2nd. I'm still paying.
So did Ronald Reagan ever watch In Living Color? Probably, but not in office.
No.
Or probably not.
Probably he had probably had a lazy day.
Yeah. Or he probably was aware that it was coming 2 years early. Mr. President, they have a new show coming.
And he goes, I'm not running again. This country's going to shit.
This country's going to shit. Jim Carrey? I don't think so.
What do you guys think? Who's going to win the presidency? We're getting close now.
We
40
are.
days.
I forgot I had a mail-in voting thing and I forgot it.
I've been getting so many text messages being like, would you like to help us
Adam.
commit voter fraud?
Adam, this is Obama. You ever get those?
Yeah, all the time.
This is Obama. Take a seat. You ever get those?
I get ones that are like, no, you're the last name we needed for this petition.
Really?
And they get mad. It's robotic, but they get mad at me.
And it's just
Try to guilt me. into
Biden
it.
just texting you.
Why
being
have
like,
you
fucked
abandoned
up."
Kamala's thing? Like, who put me on this list?
Yeah.
Who put me? No, some of them. This one isn't even about voting. Urgent notice to taxpayers. Hundreds of millions of taxpayer-funded COVID relief. Hundreds of millions in taxpayer-funded COVID relief were wasted on projects unrelated to COVID-19. Call your senator. Support fucking S57. Like, what the fuck? Who? Why are they texting me this? Who gave them this information? Was it Marriott? Was it Hilton?
Yeah, probably.
I'm so reticent to give my phone number up because of bullshit like this. And they're
Yeah.
like, we're just want to be able to
Dude,
text you. if
I've
your
been
flight
getting
changes.
called from the
Fuck you.
I've been getting called by the Equinox for 4 years straight, and I block the number and they call me from another number.
Wow.
And
Sneakwinox,
this is
bro.
all because I called them once and asked how much it costs to join the Equinox. And then they said how much it costs, or they loosely hint at how much
They're
it
like,
costs.
can you send us a headshot? We'll respond with the price.
Yeah. And then I said, I can't do that. And they've been calling me weekly since then. It's crazy. That should be illegal. If I block the original number and then they're like, he blocked us, call from another number.
Yeah.
Is that not insane?
I heard that it's probably, was it Indian people calling you?
No. Whites.
Because I heard that 70% of Equinox call team is from a small town in India.
Dude, one time this guy that I was trying to get a job at a law firm because I was trying to go to law school, and this guy that was a friend of my sister's said he could help me because he worked at the law firm. Just wanted to be a paralegal or whatever, and he said, "Send me over your resume." Send it over, and he's like, "Great, I'll put this in front of some people. Let's connect, in a couple of days on the phone. But I think we can help you." And so a week went by. I reached out again, sent him an email. So the same email that we'd corresponded on.
Yeah.
Just checking in, whatever. No response. Another week goes by. Checked in again. No response. And then like a month went by. And we'd had a pretty lively correspondence up to this point. And I checked in one more time and never heard from him. And it's one of those things that I've never stopped thinking about.
Why he ghosted you?
Well, he clearly he decided or foresaw that there was no opportunity.
Yeah.
And he never, instead of just being like, "Hey, dude, I checked in on this and sorry, the program's full," or whatever, he just said, "I'm going to wait until he stops messaging me."
Yeah.
And sometimes I think about going back and reaching out to him again, being like, "Hey, man, just checking in on this."
You should.
It's been 10 years.
Still waiting.
A lot has happened. I think my candidacy is stronger now.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I think I have a really good shot here.
What if you hit him up again and then they offered you a position for like $1 million a year? Would you take it?
No, that wouldn't happen.
Well, what if it did? Would you take it?
It's just a really dumb exercise because I have no legal expertise. I have not even been in that field.
But you could still get it. People get lucky.
Well, this guy's a bastard.
Oh, right. Well, that
he
would
is
be
a rat
rude,
bastard.
or that would be a way in.
Yeah.
Just to hit up his boss and say, "Look at this guy."
Yeah, take his job.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a bastard. You've obviously proven your worth in the workplace. Why don't you just go to his boss and be like, "You have a bastard working for you, and you could have a fucking Adonis working for you."
Yeah. And then hit him with an email and just be like, "Be careful spitting in the wind, bitch." Shit's coming right back in your face. You thought I forgot? 10 years later, now I'm your boss.
I was in my choir when I was in 7th or 8th grade. 7th grade, we went to a competition in Disney World, and there was a kid named David in front of me, and we went on Space Mountain, and he spit on Space Mountain, and the
Shit came right back in his face, didn't it?
No, it hit me.
Oh, Jesus. I would actually kill that person if they did that.
I like fought the laws of physics and spit on the back of his head.
Dude.
So fucking hard.
I would be that would like, I actually don't know if I can think of something that would make me more angry than that.
And it
Spit
on
I
Space
hate.
Mountain.
On Space Mountain.
And it hit me square in the face.
Like if I'm having a good time on Space Mountain, oh my God, I would have to I would actually lose control of myself.
I would crash the Space Mountain ride. I would take us all for a fucking ride.
Yeah.
And just off the road.
Yeah.
Like the O'Doyle family. Nastiness.
O'Doyle. O'Doyle rules.
Yeah.
They were all redheads. And it was one of those things where there was just a period there where a lot of movies that were popular had redheads as bullies, which was so antithetical because in my experience, I got bullied because I had red hair.
It's not right.
That's not right.
And it's really because Hollywood
wanna
wanted
talk about that?
to vilify the redhead.
No, I don't want to talk about it. We've gotten past it.
Hollywood wanted to take down the redhead. They wanted the redhead to be in a non-sympathetic role.
For some reason, all those bullies were redheads.
Thank God for Conan O'Brien.
What do people say to you?
Does the carpet match the drapes?
Does it?
Does they call me fireballs, fire crotch, ginger faggot?
Oh no.
I know. Trust me, I hated it.
What the fuck?
Here's what I want to, I don't know if I want to say leave you guys with, but I have a question that if your pubes receded like a hairline, would they recede towards or away from your penis?
Away.
Didn't we talk about this recently?
Yes, but
You and I did?
Yes,
Where?
in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Where were we talking about that?
Probably on Surviving Barstool.
Right. Okay.
Probably towards, right?
Towards or away?
Towards.
Towards.
Final answer.
Towards your balls?
Yeah.
I don't agree. I think it's going to go up.
But that wouldn't be receding. That would be growing.
No, but it's going to move off of your penis and
I
up
see.
your
I
stomach.
see. The whole patch is moving?
Like a migrating flock of wildebeests.
Dude, imagine if you woke up one morning and there was just an inch gap between like your pubes and your dick.
That's what we're saying.
That would be insane. You'd be like, what the fuck happened? Dude, would you go to the doctor if that happened? Like if you woke up one day and it wasn't even that big, but it was like a clean inch. Like there's no hair on that inch.
Yeah.
Would you go to the doctor?
Of course, it's probably from over jelking.
Yeah, true.
You jelk too much.
That is a symptom of over jelking.
You start receding.
Dude, some people like the jelking talk. Some other people were like, jelking's been around forever. How are you guys this fucking dumb? Imagine listening to that podcast yesterday and being like, Jesus Christ.
We're just getting on jelking.
How are they just finding out about jelking?
Why don't we start talking about Furbies and Tamagotchis
Yeah,
while we're
no,
at it?
seriously.
This late 90s conversation of jelking.
You ever have a Tamagotchi?
Probably.
I had one. I never really fucked with it though.
I think mine's died.
I played with that thing for like an hour. Just killed them.
It's so stupid. It's like, what is it for? It's so Japanese.
It's
just
too
like,
Japanese
You
for
just
me.
have to feed your keychain so it doesn't die.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to feed my keychain.
It kind of feels like something like that like Nick would like still be into now. Like you'd go over to his apartment and he would have like 1,000 Tamagotchis.
Like reading them a bedtime
Yeah.
story. They actually like it.
Or you'd be like at a bar with him. He'd be like, I gotta go feed my
Feed my
Tamagotchis.
Yeah, I can see that.
Got his ass.
All right.
All right. That was a good sode.
Good sode.
I'm gonna be in Baltimore tomorrow and through Saturday. Please come. Because last time I was supposed to be in Baltimore, the tickets weren't selling well, and then I canceled it. I didn't cancel it because the tickets weren't selling well, but I canceled it, and everyone was like, "Dude, what the hell? I was so pumped for that." So buy your tickets, please.
All right.
LittleSasquatchWebsite.com. Soon to change. We're changing the name of the site.
To harrysettle.com.
You'll see. HarrySettleWebsite.com.
Is harrysettle.com is taken?
Oh yeah, by me.
Holy shit. But you won't use it for this.
Yeah,
We'll use it in case someone wants to buy it later down the road.
exactly.
Exactly. All right.
Exactly. All right,
Exactly.
goodbye.